Welcome to the ISE Content Studio here at ISE 2023 in Barcelona. Our topic today is technology trends at ISE, and my guest is Tobias Lang, CEO of Lang AG. Welcome, Tobias.
Thank you, Florian. A pleasure to be here.
Tobias, 4 days ISE are almost finished now. So you have a huge booth yourself, but you also talked with a lot of clients. You walked around. So what are the main trends you saw here at ISE?
Yeah, first of all, we can agree that ISE has arrived in Barcelona, so everyone is quite happy. And we not only have lots of people here, but we also have lots of innovation here. You can really see that the AV industry used this platform, Integrated Systems Europe, to show new stuff. And there are several trends around the show. What I realized is that especially in high-resolution LED, the factory process is maybe changing from COB to MIP, which is micro-LED in package. That's quite interesting because if we look back the last years, we saw COB as the upcoming technology, and we expected this to be superior in future. But we were not sure when the uniformity is in right shape, and you were already able to see last year at Infocom that quality is rising. And some first products were done with COB over the last years. But now, while COB finally comes to shape, there is maybe a new production opportunity in micro-LED and package, which means you have a binning, so selecting the same wavelengths in before of the mass transfer. And this could be superior, not solved yet, but it is about the pace they manage to bring pixel on the board.
And also, it's open for mass production then, right? Has a potential for much easier, much cheaper mass production in the future.
In a long term, correctly. In the long term, this could change the LED market to have cheaper square meter price. But this is more 3 to 5 year view. Yeah.
But that's so great about the ISE, that you really see so many new technologies, sometimes on the booth, but sometimes in whisper rooms or so, but you really get an idea, what's coming to market in 2, 3, 5 years.
Yeah. Another thing regarding LED is somehow the marriage to the LCD technology, not really LCD, but to the TFT film. Because a lot of factories on the LCD side struggle now to push the volume. So I think they consider about their own future, and they realized if we use our TFT to drive LEDs as an active matrix, every single pixel with a transistor, we could survive. And as a result of this surviving idea, we get a great new piece of technology, because the result is a really thin LED solution, which could be on different surfaces. So maybe our approach to look to an image could change. We could see more transparency in our industry in future, more flexibility. That's really amazing.
I saw a really nice product at the booth of BOE, which was a trans-reflective LCD, which uses only 8 watts. And I think sustainability and green signage is the topic of the show. I've never seen so many signs and so many corners where they really, vendors really show what's coming up.
Yes, sustainability is becoming more and more important. And while from an outside view to our industry, a lot of people would say, is this industry sustainable? There are some arguments why we are. For example, we have all the event people here. What do? They bring a lot of stuff to a big show, to a venue, which is empty, like here at Fira. They set it up, but in the end, when they leave tonight, they take everything with them. This is quite sustainable, and this is how this industry is looking into it. So we recycle what we are doing, and as we want to bring less material, we reflect as an industry how much energy we use. We want to reduce this. So there is an egocentric push to the industry to reduce this, which in an overall view helps us to push green AV a lot.
Do you see that products you're renting out, because this is your main business, are getting more robust? Can you use them longer, or is technology so fast that you have to replace them much earlier, much sooner than earlier times?
This stays pretty much the same.
Okay.
Over the last 1.5 decades. The key is the second-hand usage. This has increased. So the recycle period, therefore, is even better. And we do see that a lot of end customers ask more often for sustainability. So there is also some driving element coming from customer side to the industry, which is committed to the supply chain, to the manufacturers, which is very good. And you see, while we have professionals here, that this becomes also the talk between the professional people to increase this level, which I believe is a great value for our industry.
Do you see in the rental business that customers are asking for where do you store the materials? So because you have subsidiaries all over Europe, so is it sometimes helpful not to ship it from Cologne to Spain, but you have a local product here, so you can ship them locally or so? Is it something they care about, or air? I guess air cargo is even worse or so. Does it play a role?
Absolutely. There are 3 arguments about this challenge. First and main is sustainability. Second is transport cost because of energy cost. Third is the Brexit situation in Europe has changed the transportation between UK and the rest of Europe quite a lot.
So you have different rental pools, one for UK and one for the EU?
Not 100% separated, but quite often if someone is renting material in the UK, so from our UK organization to UK customer, but the event is outside the UK, let's say in France, the material comes maybe from Germany or Switzerland, because this makes more sense regarding all 3 topics I mentioned.
Yeah. Tobias, you had a big announcement shortly before the show that you were buying, I think, 100 new projectors. Many people think projection is something of the past, but that's not true. There's still a lot of potential, especially in live events, for projection, right?
Yes. First of all, we have to say, while we saw the projector vanishing in conference rooms, the projector is also vanishing in the mid-size corporate event.
Being replaced by LED or large LCD, yeah.
Exactly. But because of the flexibility of a projector image, which is not 4:3, 16:9, just, let's say, boring, we do see new verticals rising. A new vertical few years ago, which is still rising a lot, is mapping to buildings, outside mapping. Now we have a new trend for, let's say, 2 years, which is, you could call it indoor mapping, but it's more immersive experience, which was driven by the art vertical, because a lot of museums realized if we do a digital solution, we get more attraction.
Also to younger people.
Exactly. And now this is transported to different verticals. So we see immersive art or immersive experience going to corporate too. Yeah. So I believe projection has the opportunity to continue to grow, especially in the higher lumen classes.
One last topic, drones. We've seen them more and more coming, and also as a replacement for fireworks, because it's not very sustainable. So I know you started now a drones business. So can you tell us a little bit about it, what your plans are, what you want to achieve with that?
First of all, we believe drones do a video image at the sky. So these are video pixels. So for us, it makes sense to cover this. And they could be part of the overall video impression at an event. So you have maybe an LED screen, some mapping and drones on top. And in the end, you need to have one video source. So it makes sense to integrate this service to our AV world. And if you look, for example, at ISE, drones were never a big topic regarding a video, but it should be. And we want to open this market for the AV companies to give them the support and consult them and convince them to do more in this segment, because we believe drone shows are increasing heavily.
Tobias, I really like pixels in the sky. I really like that. That's a really nice ending. So thank you for being our guest today. This was Tobias Lang from Lang AG here at ISE 2023.